What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video. And it looks like Liverpool are planning to extend the contract of Mo Salah, and I think this will be one of the biggest stories and one of the biggest news of Liverpool FC in the summer. According to Fabrizio, Romano, Liverpool are planning to give Mo Salah a new contract. And let me know how long of a contract should it be. Should it be an increased salary on his already pretty big £350,000 per week salary? Also, should it be a lower salary plus bonuses and add-ons depending on how many appearances, goals and assists he gets? I think that would make a lot more sense. I would extend Salah's contract with maybe another season or 2 seasons, but Fabrizio Romano said that we are continuing to see a lot of stories into the situation at Liverpool, and I wanted to start by providing an update on my current understanding of the Mo Salah situation, following reports that the feeling now is that he will not be leaving Liverpool this summer. I'm told there will be talks closer to the end of the season between Liverpool and Salah to discuss that. Liverpool want to keep Salah and continue with him also under the new manager Arne Slot. That's why we have strong rumors. It's clear that they want to continue. Michael Edwards is a big fan of Mo Salah, and I'm a big fan of Mo Salah, and I think he just had a really terrible 2 months after his first really long injury in his career. And also, Liverpool aren't firing on all cylinders. When an injured player comes back, it's always more difficult to come into a team which is struggling a little bit, who is off form. If a team is playing really well, it's always better for an injured player to come into it. And also in this video we will talk about Joe Gomez potentially open to a Liverpool exit and many other Liverpool news as well. Some pundits are already urging Liverpool to sell Mo Salah, and some pundits have an agenda against Mo Salah. I saw that clips of that horrible podcast where Troy Deeney and Graham Souness called Salah a selfish player, and that couldn't be further from the truth. And they said that he's not world class, which I think is an absolute lunatic claim to make. If Salah is not world class, then nobody is world class in the Premier League, because Salah is as good as anyone. Yes, right now he is not in great form, but he has got 88 assists. This is the most assists by any Liverpool player since probably Steven Gerrard. So how can you call Mo Salah a selfish player? I mean, that is just absolutely outrageous claim, and it really annoyed me, to be honest, and that's why I wanted to touch on it. Some pundits clearly are racist against Salah, because to call him all kinds of names and to say that he's selfish and he's a diver. Some people called him a diver. I mean, when Harry Kane was diving all over the place in the Premier League, I saw no English pundit calling him a diver or saying he's not world class. So if Mo Salah was English and he was white, then nobody would criticize him like this. That's my honest opinion. And you can also see in the refereeing decisions that Mo Salah, in terms of getting fouls and getting penalties awarded on fouls on Mo Salah, referees give Salah a lot less penalties and a lot less fouls, even for blatant obvious like tackles and pushes and pulls. And I mean, the clearest one that I can remember off the top of my head, Bernardo Silva, where he hacked Salah down, grabbing his shirt, almost stripping it, and the linesman is standing right next to them, and they gave nothing. Can you imagine if that's Harry Kane getting pulled down like that? Can you imagine the referee or the linesman not giving a foul for that? It's just wrong. And I think giving Salah a new contract is a good decision, because I don't think Saudi Arabian clubs will pay 150 million for Mo Salah, and that's the only way I would sell him. If we get 150 million for him, even for 100 million, I'm not sure, because Liverpool getting into the Champions League is worth alone about 100 million, and even having Mo Salah in the team next season pretty much guarantees Liverpool getting at least Champions League football. And I think if we of course want to hear what Salah has to say, but a lot of journalists are saying that Salah showed absolutely no indication that he wants to leave Liverpool, and he still has a big role to play. He still is world class in my opinion, and he can get back to that world class level. Maybe he just needs a bit of break, a bit of rest, and to come back really strong next season. Salah at 32 years old is not majorly declining yet. We don't know when that major decline will start, but it won't start for another 1 or 2 years, in my opinion, because Salah is keeping himself immensely fit. He's a model professional off the pitch as well as on the pitch, so I think he's the perfect superstar for Liverpool to keep. And you might not even have to increase his salary, you just might have to give him bigger bonuses and a base salary, which is pretty decent, and Salah would accept, because why would you want to leave Liverpool when you are still capable of scoring a lot of goals? And Salah wants to win the Champions League, wants to win the Premier League again, and he has a good chance with Liverpool to do that. So let me know, what do you think about this Salah contract situation? I'm really interested in your opinion. I love reading your comments. Sometimes I don't have time to reply to many of them, but I still read your comments, so make sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. And Alan Shearer said that he sympathizes with Mo Salah, because when you are left out, you rage and you absolutely hate it. He said, I've stood on the touchline as a game drifts to a close at the wrong end of my career, and the manager left me out, and then the manager turns to me and sends me onto the pitch to go on and win it for him. And Alan Shearer says, deep inside you might recognize that you're not the same player as you were at the absolute peak of your career. Injury has robbed you of a little bit of pace of half a yard, and it's swallowed by anger and ego and pride, saying to hell with it. I wasn't good enough last night for the manager, and now he wants me to go on and win the game for him. You know, you can understand that sentiment. But Salah has been Liverpool's greatest player in the Jurgen Klopp era. He has been Liverpool's go-to guy, Alan Shearer said. He's pulled Liverpool out of the mire so many times. And Salah probably was really angry because he saw Harvey Elliott playing in his place. And you could argue Harvey Elliott is not a better player than Mo Salah. He's not a better goal scorer than Mo Salah. He's not maybe in a better form, but the manager has a very tough role as well, because he has to keep not just the starting 11 happy, but the whole squad. And at Liverpool we have a brilliant squad of 20 players. That means that there are around probably a brilliant squad of 20 and another 5 of fringe players who are still very talented players. Jurgen Klopp can only play like 15, 16 of them, depending on how many substitutions he makes, and top professionals will never be happy just sitting on the bench. Keeping a dressing room happy, I think, is one of the greatest challenges of modern management. And of course, when the manager wins games, that is the ultimate trump card in his hand, because then he can just tell the players, you know, this is why you should listen to what I say, this is why you should do what I ask of you, this is why I've left you out, this is why I subbed you off. You may not like it, but look at the results, here is the proof that it works. And in football, certainty and stability is absolutely key, and dressing rooms have their own ecosystems, and every player likes to know their role, and they like to know that the other players know their roles. And when there is uncertainty, for example at the end of this season, when we still didn't really know who the next manager will be, maybe it affected the players' thinking, maybe it affected the players' mindset, which is really tough to accept as a fan. But these are human beings, these are not robots devoid of any emotion, and Liverpool just lacked their clear identity, which was like high pressing, high intensity, always giving everything. And in the last like 7, 8, 9 games, Liverpool didn't always look as energetic, as enthusiastic, as passionate. Maybe the players didn't fight as much for Jurgen Klopp as they fought for him before. and I'm not sure why that is. Only the players can answer, but maybe they felt my future is up in the air, we don't even know who the next manager is going to be. I mean, that was like until a week ago, we didn't really know who the Liverpool's next manager will be. And players are human, even though they earn sometimes 200, 300,000 pounds per week. Even players have the same doubts as anybody else. Who will the next manager will be? Will Arne Slot fancy me? Am I still good enough? What happens next? At Liverpool there's a new CEO in football, in Michael Edwards. In an ideal world, Alan Shearer said, I suspect Liverpool would have kept it all under wraps for as long as possible, but it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have been feasible for the club to have gone out manager hunting in the last few months without it leaking and coming out that Jurgen Klopp is leaving. By doing it this way, Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp tried to take control of their own story, to shape their own destiny, and they have been doing it pretty well. Until this last 7 or 8 games, Liverpool's season has been running very smoothly. And the new sporting director and the new manager doesn't inherit a bad team, but it also inherits a few problems, namely Virgil van Dijk's contract, Trent Alexander-Arnold's contract, and Mo Salah's contract is up at the end of next season. So they need to sort these out. They need to sort all of these contracts out. Plus, you need to also work on bringing in new transfers. And Alan Shearer understands why Salah was angry. He was angry at himself not reaching the heights of the previous few months, especially in the first half of the season. He was angry at the situation that Liverpool are pretty much out of the title race. He was angry at Klopp for not starting him, for only subbing him on after like 70, 75, 80 minutes. He was angry at everything, and this is how it feels, Alan Shearer said, when you are past your best and the situation is not great. And Salah is an absolute winner. He wants to win everything all the time, break all kinds of records, be the best player, win the league, win the Champions League, win the FA Cup, the League Cup, every single trophy. So when Liverpool are not doing that, and when he's not even starting games because he's not playing well, he had understandably an angry fight with Jurgen Klopp. But still, we have to put things into perspective. Liverpool have clinched officially the Champions League qualification place after Tottenham lost to Chelsea 2-0 yesterday, so now Liverpool are guaranteed the top 4 finish, and we need one more point to guarantee a top 3 finish, which is still a pretty decent season by Liverpool's standards. We just need to build on it next season by doing some really good transfers. And I think, even though people are focusing on attackers, I think the most we need to improve is the defense. And Joao Matip is out of contract, so he's leaving at the end of the season. But Joe Gomez, according to some journalists, are open to a Liverpool exit. He's the longest serving player at Liverpool right now. So he's the only player actually who was at Liverpool already when Jurgen Klopp came in. He would be the perfect Arne Slot defender because he can play every position across the back four, centre back, right back, left back, and he even played sometimes in the midfield as an inverted fullback, slotting into midfield as well, but that's not his best position. So more defensive reinforcements could be needed. Joe Gomez is still only 26 years old. We signed him from Charlton when he was just 16, and he has made 16 starts in the Premier League, but maybe he wants to play in his preferred position in a team like West Ham United, I'm not sure. But I think Joe Gomez needs to see what the new manager is like and whether he fancies him before making a decision. And of course Liverpool are linked with some defenders, which I will make a video about probably tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. We have been linked with some Feyenoord players obviously as well. The problem is with selling Joe Gomez, is very versatile and you wouldn't get an amazing transfer fee for him. You would get about 20-25 million for him. Is it really worth it selling him for that much? And his contract runs until 2027, so Joe Gomez still has a long contract to go. And I really hope that he stays because I actually really like him as a player. But yeah, let me know, would you sell Joe Gomez for 25 million? I mean, I don't think we would bring in a better, more versatile player for that amount. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.